travel light. Let us hunt some.
Gas Spore. Welcome back to Heroes and Whiskey. We are 3D printing our way through the D&D 5e Monster Manual, and today we are printing monster number 91, the Gas Spore. Now, I've never actually used fungi in a campaign, and so I'm curious about this particular breed of monsters. I can see how it would be a nice change of pace from the typical orcs and goblins and other things that you would find. So let's head out to my mini factory and see if we can find us a gas spore. So if you're looking for fungus out of my mini factory, there actually aren't that many choices. There's this set from August McDaniel, just $3. Each of these looks like it's pretty faithful to the manual. But I really like this gas spore from Epic Miniatures. They try to defy gravity here a little bit and make it look like it's floating off of this tree trunk. And it's a pretty faithful design to the manual, so let's get this downloaded and printed and see how it looks. So I love the idea that gas spores have been spawned from dead beholders. I also really love that once you kill them, they explode. And so just a very unique monster to throw at a party. I'm not sure how I would actually use it in a campaign. And here's an encounter narrative that I'll throw down in the description.
Hovering before you is a gas spore. A deadly floating organism resembling a large bloated fungus with thin vein-like tendrils, often mistaken for a benign puffball at a distance. In the damp, echoing chambers of subterranean caves, where the air is thick with spores and the scent of decay, it drifts aimlessly, an eerie, silent predator. Its surface is a mottled canvas of greens and browns, pulsating gently as if breathing, a sinister mimicry of life that belies its toxic nature. Upon sensing the party's approach, the gas spore swells ominously, preparing to burst and release its lethal spores, a defense mechanism as fatal as it is swift.
So this gas spore, I mean, it looks really good. I really do appreciate what they're trying to do with it levitating above that trunk there. But it's very, very top heavy. And so I did end up printing a base for it and sticking it onto the base. I just could not get it to stand up straight. And because it's got some kind of like fine little bits, it often fell over and broke, but it looks really good. I mean, I really like the details around it. I don't even know what to call some of these things. But yeah, they added like little striations kind of around the head. Again, the back of it kind of looks like a face hugger from Aliens. And so overall, it just looks really good. In terms of how it printed, so you can probably see here, there are some breaks down at the base where the top of it broke off because it tipped over and I had to glue it back together. And as I said, I glued it onto a separate base just so I wouldn't have that issue. But despite all of the little details and the kind of tentacles and spikes and everything headed in different directions, it printed flawlessly. And so just make sure, it's glued down and is secure, but otherwise it looks really good. So in terms of size, you can see it's floating, I don't know, it's about 10 or 12 feet from top to bottom. It starts out floating off of that tree trunk, probably about 3 feet, but overall the size looks about right for something that comes from the corpse of a dead beholder. So this guy was $4, not bad for a figure of this size and quality. That brings us up to $896 total dollars. We printed a bunch of these guys all next to each other, and so we are still sitting at 39 days and 3 hours. So if you need a gas spore, definitely check out this one from Epic Miniatures. Just be careful how you handle it. Next up, we have the alarm bell of the fungi world, the Shrieker.